Hey you folks, Quillian here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play U4 Super ULM. We are still in this war with Aragon. Now, it's been, well, actually a couple of days since the last time I played. But more importantly, we have restarted and reloaded the game here, so I'm hoping this will cause the AI, of course, to reevaluate some of their diplomatic choices right away, including, I'm hoping, France will finally peace out with Aragon here. Now, they don't have a 100% war score. They're only at 77%, but that's pretty damn high. And usually the AI doesn't look for a 100% war score peace deal. I guess France is still, quite enthusiastic for the war. Might be part of the problem. But Aragon is low. All their stuff has been taken over. I really hope France pieces out because I've got call for peace going on. I've got increasing war exhaustion. It's not increasing that fast right now, but it's still a little bit annoying. Now, I could separate peace out with Aragon, but and they'll take the white peace. But I don't have any personal war score with them, so I can't really ask for anything. And I'd very much like to get the fought until the end with France, especially since it also affects our trust rating. Right now, we are competing great powers. We have a little border friction. France might start to desire some of my provinces later on, so the more positive bonuses we can get, the better. Also, I'm really hoping that France gives Ancona to Tuscany. Don't really expect it to happen, and we'll see. All right, I'm going to unpause. We'll see what happens. Usually you get a flurry of rivalry messages. Yep, indeed. Alright, and a royal marriage offer from Pomerania I will happily take. Still no peace, which is kind of annoying. We need to get our manpower to bounce back. We have, our manpower is not as big as I would expect given the amount of land. And we actually have, if you check, quite a bit of armories over here, right? The only provinces we don't... Oh, we can build one here. It doesn't say there's too much autonomy in some of these places to make the armories worthwhile. Now, it's often better to just tech up your military anyway, so if you're not paying ahead of time penalty for your military, you're better off increasing that than building the armories. The buildings tend to be a bit of a trap. They're a fine place to sink a little bit of a... PowerPoints and money if you've got some to spare, and if you don't, you're not about to take the technology. But it is a little lower on the pile. And the thing is, for the amount of land, I would just actually expect more manpower in general. I don't know if it's worth going up the training fields quite yet. We do have quite a bit of manpower, or military power, and we are ahead of time. So we may pump out a few there, but it's not going to make the hugest difference. What I am waiting for is I will be going for quantity ideas at some point, which are fantastic. Probably the strongest thing there is, but mostly we just have to spend a little bit more time at peace, not getting attrition anywhere. Got some there. Heck, most of our army is still mercenary. So we'll see what we can do. We are pretty far ahead of time. Maybe I will go build a few training fields just in the middle here. Did I ever build the March building? I must, right? Where is it? Here? You could only have one of those buildings. Yes. Okay, good. So we already have one. And there. So everywhere we would get full manpower from these. These are pretty close, but I'm going to wait. Obviously, I spent all my money, which is a little bit bad, actually, because if someone were to declare war on me now, I wouldn't have enough money for mercenaries, which is not ideal. But we'll see how it goes. So we've got some more ships here, which I believe are going to be some trade ships for me. Let me go ahead and bring that down. That's my first batch, I think. I've got another trio coming up after this. We're going to work the Venice trade node, where we actually do have a little bit more power than we used to. We actually have 10% of it here, which ain't bad. It doesn't have huge amounts of money in there, which I'm kind of surprised at. We're 100 years into the game, and I would expect these trade nodes to be worth a little bit more. The Genoa one's worth more. Seville's doing all right, of course. But any slice of power that we can get there, the better it will be. We're collecting trade for now. Our capital, where's Ulm? Ulm is over here. So it's in the Vienna trade node. It's interesting. We could move our trade capital into the Venice trade node and just try to pull trade from Vienna into Venice, which might be better. Neither Protestant nor Catholic. Protestant preachers, not the only one to step up. What do we get? Oh, one of our neighbors is home. Question the corrupt doctrine. Event Protestant neighbors reach out happens, or we can piss off Brandenburg. We will stand with them against the Pope if they stand with us. Well, yeah, damn right. Protestant bloc. We're going to make some friends with each other. You guys, get out here. And add some more trade fleet. There we go. Venice, they'll merge up real soon. There we go. They already did it. So get some more trade power there. We can build trade buildings there, but again, that's only if we get to the ahead of time penalty, which we will actually very soon. So building some trade buildings along the coast will be nice. We'll wait for a bit more cash. Honestly, I probably should have built that first, just because the more trade we have, the more money we've got, and the easier it'll be to go and buy the rest of the buildings, but that's okay. Seriously, France. I don't know what you're thinking. How's your war exhaustion? Pretty low. I wonder... Does it show up? If I look at mine... No. Yeah, it just shows the effect, not where it's from. I'm just wondering if they've got the call for peace themselves. Our stability is still okay. I'm not going to necessarily worry about dropping the war exhaustion there, although it's going up really fast now. Reformed neighbors accept. Our generous gesture towards Brandenburg. Oh, so they're reformed is what's going on. Yes. Despite a difference, the Reform later conceded that we, as the vanguard of the Reformation, should attempt to unite our causes of greater good. So we just gained prestige and made friends with Brandenburg. France, I hate to say this, but we're going to have to... we're going to have to split from you there, buddy. Okay, you know what we can do? Oh, we don't have trade ships. Is what we need to do is land on these islands and take them. Maybe that's what needs to happen. We don't have... The war's gone on long enough that if we had all of the Aragonese land, I bet you that that would be... let me cancel these ships. Doesn't take too long to build. I bet you that that would be sufficient to get us to 100%. In the war. That's the problem. It's not that we don't have Great Britain. Let's take a look. Is that everything they've got? Yeah, they just have the 2 islands. And yes, there's allies, but... Okay. Wish I would have thought of that slightly sooner. Be nice if France did it. Like, what, France, you don't have any transports? What's wrong with you? Come on. Chop, chop. Do. Wow, it takes a long time to build these ships. Meanwhile, my country's going to disintegrate. Venice no longer considers New Ulm as a rival. Interesting. It's going to take too long. And it's silly. I don't want these ships. You know what, France? I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, France. We're just going to separate peace out. This is just getting stupid. Yeah, we can't get anything. So we're not going to get Ancona. But we're no longer going to get the ticking... war exhaustion. Still says call for peace, but it's going to go away. Missing a rival. Oh, could we lost Venice completely. That's kind of annoying. You know what? I like the idea of setting the Papal States as a rival. First of all, they've kind of gotten my way before. They're actually relatively big. There's a lot of room to grab. They are the sign of the decadent Church of Catholicism, which we have explicitly protested against. In fact, people are going so far as to call us Protestants. And they're just sort of in my... This might piss off a lot of Catholics. But it's sort of a natural direction for us to expand in. Portugal's too far, Castile's too far, Great Britain's too far. We're actually friends with some of these others. Papal States. Boom. I like it. Do we have... We do have a truce, so insulting them won't give me any power projection, and I can't... whoa. Great Britain, no longer Austria. You're rivaling me instead. Oh, that France just went... The peace just went here, that France. Seriously, France... Separate peace minus 30 instead of fought to the end. It's pissing me off. I wonder if they would have peaced out if I hadn't left. I'm thinking... I don't know. I'm thinking leaving is what prompted them to do it, but... Jeez. Now, do we still have our alliance? We do, which is good. And we still have our royal marriage, which is good. We'll improve it a little bit. Get the training fields. France just driving me crazy there. I mean, if like 3 episodes ago I'd built a few boats to go and take over this stuff, fine. But yeah, anyway, let's actually go back and finish building our trade ships. Wow, it takes forever over there. There we go. That'll bring us up to 4. They must have some autonomy. Yeah, even have some amount of unrest, which shouldn't be too much of a surprise. Are we on our... Yep, okay. Our full maintenance, we are. If I drop this, how far to the next uprising? 3.8. Well, that's in Hesse. Mantua... Friul, 3.4 years. There's no unrest here. Did they have a recent uprising? They did. Okay. So I have to be a little careful. If they do rise up over here, my units will just get destroyed. What about over here? Yes. And here. Yes. Okay, unlawful territory has gone away. Lovely. All right, we'll stay there for now. We'll hopefully keep an eye out on these things to make sure that we don't get an uprising too soon. Stability is fine. I would like a little bit more, and it's actually not that terribly expensive to rise right now, but we don't have unlimited points. Recall that diplomat. That's okay. Like our, if anything, yeah, our administrative power is the one that's least. If we could be spending a diplo power for this, it'd be fine. We could, of course, lower our war exhaustion, but I don't think it's quite worthwhile. Inflation is within normal limits. Getting a few more of these innovative ideas are going to be cool. Ooh, early reformers. Economic ideas. It's interest per annum. I do like the autonomy changes. One day we'll have to give these a try. Reduced inflation cost. Okay, we're getting lots of pop-ups here. We're going to take this one to gain Diplo power. That's always nice to get a few more. We will go and spend some points very briefly. Yeah, I'm not going to spend 90% ahead. We're going to see. All right, early reformers. When news of the Protestant faith spread to our land, we were among the first to accept it. You're goddamn right. We knew where the future of Christian faith lies. Exactly. We can make real good friends with Lorraine, or we can gain 15 prestige. Ooh, you know, making more friends is going to be good, but I got to take the prestige. So hard to gain otherwise. Okay, where are we going to sink our Diplo points? Because we are going to like get wickedly ahead here. I could quickly drop a little bit of war exhaustion, but it will currently fade away right now. You know one thing? Well, we don't really have any culture problems, do we? Some Burgundians. We could go and convert some provinces, which might be worthwhile. Depends if we ever expect for Burgundian to become a major part of our culture. Because this is a really, really, really good long-term investment. The other thing is I do have a few bucks. So let's go and build a little bit of trade buildings. Oh, we've already got them here. Nice. Okay, let's build a marketplace here. Actually, kind of all over is going to be fine. It's a bit of a money investment, but we will get some more in the future. And the nice thing about getting more trade power is not only do you make more money, but you're actively taking away from other people. So it's a slightly bigger swing than you might expect. All right, new idea. We'll go ahead and take that. It'd be nice when we get to a bonus diplomatic reputation. Reduced inflation cost is actually not terrible because we do pretty regularly get a little bit of inflation here and there. We ask for money. We do all that kind of stuff. Up to 10,000 manpower. So we actually have some, which is nice. We'll also have to rebuild our army at some point. And yeah, I don't want to pay 90% ahead of time for diplomatic stuff. When's our next idea group? 14, which isn't going to be for a while. You know what? Ooh, the trial. What are we at? 85 diplomatic or a Republican tradition. Our current leader is not the youngest. We're 5 years away. We are getting points relatively quickly. So in 5 years, we'll get 10 more. We'll be at like 95. You know what? I can take this one. Again, it's a 150-point swing. I can afford to take this, and I don't think we're actually going to re-elect this guy anyway. He's too old to start off with. We want to have a guy who's like maybe in his 40s, and then we'll keep him around for a while, because we want to invest in someone who's not going to just keel over and die preemptively. Reformed religion that we can't flip over right now. Yeah, let's sink a few of these points into this. We're going to have to accept the fact that we may not ever accept the Burgundian people. So we're going to do 2 of these, actually, the shorter ones, and we'll see how it goes. In somewhere like Wallace. Does this increase unrest if we... No, it doesn't look like it. So when you do a conversion, when you have an active missionary, it increases unrest, but this one doesn't seem to do it. Tolerance is because of the religion. Non-accepted culture is always there as long as we don't have the accepted culture. So, yeah, let's give him a little flip. Just gain a little bit more stability, which is fine. The non-accepted culture gives us a penalty to our manpower and, I believe, our taxes as well. So even though there's no unrest or no autonomy, we still don't get our maximum bang for a buck over here. So it'll be nice to get that. Truce of Savoy has just ended. What kind of relationship do you have with other people? Provence, the Papal States, and Venice. If we were to declare war, Venice would not jump in because of war exhaustion and debt. Papal States, hang on. Papal States and Provence would jump in. Oh. Is there... You're in the coalition? You're in the coalition. All right. And Savoy... Oh, just now entered the coalition. Right, as soon as the truce ended. Okay, well, it's actually pretty good. Pretty pretty healthy idea for them, actually, is to join the coalition against me. So I can't criticize them for that too much. So we don't have that many conquest options right now. It would be really nice, and it will be a priority at some point soon, to take a big chunk out of Austria. Because they're one of the only real sort of threats in the area. Ooh, felt hats in Britain increase the cost of fur. Probably. Something like that. They're the only real threat to us in the area. I mean, certainly if we piss off France or something like that, that could change. But also, they have some very valuable territories. Tyrol not only has a decent tax base, it has gold, which means it's a good source of cash. And we already have the reduced inflation thing, so having the gold wouldn't be bad. We've got some iron over here. 10, there we go, Salzburg. We're going to want to pick that up for its tax base, which is going to be good. Also, the salt is worth a decent amount. So the more we can take a chunk out of there, the better. It'll also prevent real Austria to become particularly powerful as an HRE. Not that that's really happening. Next patch, or patch/expansion. Well, probably the patch will include the new HRE changes, which will pretty dramatically change how Imperial Authority comes in, which is going to be good. Alright, we're not close to being capped on Diplo power currently, which is fine. We could negotiate some pretty big peace deals, which would be nice. Tuscany, how do you feel about me? Alright, we're pretty far away from being able to soak you. Brabant, who willingly... yeah, that's Hainaut, actually. Brabant is just in where? Breda, over here. You joined willingly, you like me quite a bit. We can't annex you yet, because we have to wait 6 more years. It's probably worth going ahead and just capping out our relationship right now. Where is the opinion map mode? That's culture. Opinion map mode. Yeah, Saxony still likes me a fair bit. We have our alliance. We have our royal ties. We're mostly capped out. Brandenburg, actually, we could like each other a fair bit. We have an alliance. Okay, we have our royal ties. And we can... Actually, we can go ahead and, improve relations a little bit more. We're only at 60 out of 100, so let's do a little bit of that. Obviously, we'll want to keep France friendly. Poland, let's go ahead and make sure that everything is groovy there. We've got our alliance, our royal ties. Let's just cap out our relationship. Oh, Poland's got a bit of land over here, too. Interesting. And Hungary is split, and Poland is split, and the Ottomans are still scary as hell. Excellent. We can convert Hesse. Their reformed sort of enthusiasm went away. The others should go away as well. The religious zeal. We'll be able to flip the last of them, which will be really helpful. More religious unity equals more stability. What else you get? You get something else if you don't have it all the way. Unrest. Oh, and more expensive stability, which doesn't really matter too much. Again, we're going to try to hold off on the Diplotech, just to prevent the ahead of time as much as possible. I was going to say we could invest in something. If we had diplomatic policy, we could spend a few points that way. We could put some points somewhere else. Do we have too many leaders? We do. They're not bad. We might have the points to spend. What's my army tradition? Could we roll a better one than this? Probably. We do have a lot of points, and we're already ahead of time. Firearm, we'd have to rehire him for 50. You know what? We're going to keep him around. Because we'd be saving... If it takes us 50 points to hire one, we have to, like, fire him and not have one for, like, 4 years to make it worth doing. Because he's good enough to use with those stats. So, yeah, that's okay. I could go and put a national focus, but I don't really see a reason to do it. You know, maybe there's an argument for focusing on admin, but mostly we're doing that just by the fact that we've got a leader. We're the furthest behind there, and we do have admin ideas. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll take some extra points away from there, where we're so very far ahead, and there's not really any rush to do anything. We're going to grab some more boats, put them in the node. You want military access, of course. Ooh, more expensive units is kind of annoying, because we're actually getting quite close to wanting to build some new troops. When will that expire? 2 years. Okay, well, our manpower is not quite going to be capped yet. We're going to try to remember to let poor iron expire before we go and buy our new troops. Right now, we're still running pretty heavily on mercs. This would be the point in the game where I'd be, like, starting to disband my mercs, actually, and rebuild a new army, but I guess we will wait patiently for that. This thing we don't care for. I don't like the idea of reducing taxes. Recall that diplomat. Let me go and send it over to, that's Brandenburg. Pomerania. Improve relations. Reform neighbors reach out. Make Brandenburg like us even more. Yeah, we're going to keep working on that. Or the last thing we do is theological need. Piss off Brandenburg. Gain 20 admin power. Prestige is still good. The relationship with boost with Brandenburg continues to be good. Protestant neighbors accept. Yeah, we're going to keep being friends with the reform people over here. Reformation pioneers. Very cool. Okay. Good relationships. Austria is grabbing Aragonese territory. Rival of our rival. Oh, cool. Who is it for? Who did we have to friendship up for that? I don't know. We can't rival papal states anymore. That's really annoying. We'll call that diplomat. You know, I could do the Ottomans. We're far from... Who hates the Ottomans? Probably lots of people? Ooh, not enough. Lithuania and the Mamluks. That doesn't really help our diplomatic position. Who hates Castile? France? Morocco, Aragon. Yeah, that doesn't really help too much. No. Who hates Great Britain? Okay. France, Muscovy. Ottomans is interesting. It's going to be... We're not really going to be able to take anything from them, though. So we get the best, I'd say, diplomatic position if we go and rival Great Britain. In terms of things that we're actually going to take some points from, actually, there's not that much. Okay, we're going to take Great Britain as... Ooh. Although I was saying that we might actually just make friends with them later on against France. But they hate me. So you know what? No, it's not going to happen. It would be nice. If France starts to become a risk and we have to position ourselves against France, it would have been nice to be friends with Great Britain. Maybe we can change our minds later. You know, but for now, that'll be okay. It's a good position. We get a new quest. Incorporate Tuscany. I would love to. When can I do that? Oh, we just need more relationship boost. Which mostly needs 100 AE burn off before we can do that. So we won't do it yet. What's the actual reward for that? Some points, which is good. Ooh, improved defenses in Treviso. I like that. Anything that can be a little bit more army tradition is always quite beneficial. So you're going to want a star for it. Okay, we'll take that mission for now. Plus, it's easy to complete, so what the hell? Not capped yet, although we're getting damn close on our Diplo power. Again, we could go and do one more culture conversion. Take some points, but it's a good long-term investment. I'm very tempted to do that. They're more expensive in places with higher tax base, which makes sense. So it makes a bigger difference here, like say in Metz, for example. Oh, shite! I was not keeping track of the rebellion status. Don't get stack wiped, just run. Thank you very much. Alright, that's fine. Where are you gonna? We'll meet you in Ulm, then we'll come back as a group. We'll just get more attrition if we do that, so never mind. Alright, so that's gonna be fine. We lost a scooch of people, but not really much, enough to make a real difference. There we go. Come back here. Get reinforced along the way. Fire. Okay, that's fine. We don't need to rush that. Not for rebels. We're not close to being capped, which is fine. Diplo is a little high. We might pay a little ahead of time penalty at this point. Sure, you can have military access, of course. I'm friendly like that. Group you up. Oh, we don't actually have enough to get attrition here because we're on the coast, I guess. What's the force limit? Supply limit is 37.5. Recall that diplomat, which is fine. More religious disorder. Poland hates Austria. Great, Poland. I think we can all agree that everyone should hate Austria. Right? Right, Poland? Groovy. Enemy of enemy will continue to grow a little bit. You are Catholic. But, you know, we won't hold that against you. Okay, we're in great shape over here. Let's go and smash these rebels. And that'll be pretty good. When's the next rebellion? It's got to be pretty soon. The Hessian rebellion's over in Hessen. So we'll smash this stack, and then we'll just kind of walk over there and stand next to it. It's woods... But we actually want to let the rebellion pop. Like, if we stood on the tile, then we would get the defensive bonus automatically. But it would reduce the chance of it popping. And I'm quite happy with just setting it while we're at peace. Let the rebellion pop. We'll smack it down. It'll give it the -20 unrest for ages, which is very nice. Let's get our next idea over here. Optimism. Less war exhaustion, which honestly will help burn away this one. Castile announces new ULM's arrival. All right. We'll grab that. But it'll be particularly helpful at war to get less war exhaustion. Some of these wars might last a little while going forward. Okay, we're going to put a cut in here. I realize we didn't do any big glorious war this time around. Occupied by the Papal States. Really? Huh. It is a shame that we lost our rivalry potential with the Papal States. It actually annoys me a great deal because that would have been so sweet to grab. Of course, you can have military access. All right, yeah, we're going to put a bit of a cut in here. When we come back, I think it will continue to be, you know, a little bit of growing, a little bit of, you know, we'll spend some points here and there. I don't want to overspend too quickly. In fact, I'm really tempted right now that I've got some money and some manpower. You know what? I think it is indeed time for us to get rid of our last bit of mercs, which is going to save us a lot of money. We will replace it. I'm going to put in 1 unit of cavalry just to get some extra flanking potential. Other than that, I like this army composition quite well. So really, what are we looking at here? Another 15 on top of that because we've got 1 in production, right? Something like that. So if I were to create a template of 15 dudes, and then 5 cannons. That's not bad. In as many provinces as we can. Okay, I like it. And we'll have you group up, say down there. That'll be fine. Okay, we'll have a non-mercenary army. We have burned through our manpower again, but it's going to be a totally non-mercenary army. We'll have a lot more money kicking around, which means we can build more buildings quite comfortably, which is going to be good. In particular, we may want to squeeze out some more trade buildings just to keep our diplomatic power from being capped a little bit longer. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and convert Mets. The sooner you do it, the better. And it is a really good long-term investment. Maybe, like, I don't tend to do it just because there's usually other places to put points, but we have so many points going around, and it really will be quite nice to get rid of that 33% penalty in a slightly more valuable province. Not to mention, just keep the unrest a little bit lower. It's going to be nice. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time. Bye-bye.